Emerging Threats Hub. What if Chinese quantum radar was the end of US stealth technology?
The most compelling article for a what-if scenario is Chinese quantum radar, the end of US stealth technology. This piece is ideal because it centers on a potential technological paradigm shift, rather than an incremental improvement or a policy debate. The core premise, the sudden obsolescence of stealth technology, a cornerstone of US and Allied air power for half a century, is profoundly intriguing. It possesses immense speculative potential, allowing for a clear and dramatic what-if that has immediate, visceral consequences, panic in the Pentagon, and vast, long-term geopolitical ripple effects. Unlike other articles about specific drone models or policy discussions, this question strikes at the fundamental balance of power. What if China's claims about quantum radar are not only true, but they have already deployed a fully operational network, and today they deliberately prove it by publishing flawless, real-time tracking data of a US F-35 conducting a routine patrol over the South China Sea. The immediate ripple effects. The initial reaction would be geopolitical and economic shockwaves. The Pentagon would convene an emergency National Security Council meeting, likely grounding all stealth operations in the Pacific until the threat is understood. Financial markets would react instantly, with defense stocks like Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman plummeting, while companies specializing in hypersonic missiles, electronic warfare, and counter-drone systems would soar. Diplomatically, the US would issue a strong protest, but China would simply respond with a calm statement about protecting its sovereignty with advanced defensive technology, leaving the US in a strategically exposed and reactive position. The butterfly effect, long-term consequences. In 1 to 5 years, this event would trigger a monumental and costly global arms race. The strategic value of trillions of dollars worth of stealth assets, F-22, B-2, F-35, would be called into question, forcing a radical rethink of air combat doctrine. The focus would shift from first look, first shot, with stealth aircraft to developing swarm technologies, AI-directed electronic warfare, and perhaps entirely new domains like quantum communications and sensing. The U.S. military's ability to project power, particularly in defense of allies like Taiwan and Japan, would be severely undermined, potentially forcing these nations to reconsider their security arrangements and either pursue their own nuclear deterrence or seek a more accommodating relationship with Beijing. The NATO alliance would also face a crisis of confidence, questioning the reliability of American military superiority. The human angle. For the highly specialized pilots and ground crews of stealth aircraft, this would be a profound identity crisis. Their elite skills, developed over years, would suddenly be geared toward obsolete technology. For citizens in allied nations on the front lines, like Japan or Taiwan, the psychological impact would be immense. The invisible shield of American air power that they have relied on for security would feel like it has vanished, replaced by a tangible sense of vulnerability. This could manifest as public pressure on governments to drastically increase defense spending, leading to societal debates over guns versus butter, or a rise in nationalist sentiment and anxiety. The counterfactual debate. This scenario assumes the quantum radar is a silver bullet. However, there is a strong case for a more muted outcome. The technology might be effective only under perfect conditions, and could be highly susceptible to sophisticated electronic warfare or cyber attacks that the US military may have already developed. The F-35's advanced sensors might have detected the radar's paint, allowing the US to analyze the network's vulnerabilities without China realizing it. In this view, China's reveal is a strategic blunder, exposing its ace in the hole prematurely and allowing its adversaries to develop effective countermeasures long before a conflict could begin. For decades, stealth has been America's ultimate superpower in the sky, but what if that superpower just vanished overnight? Thank you for joining me for this special episode of Emerging Threats Hub, What If? I'm your host, Sebastian. You can find me online at emergingthreatshub.com and join the conversation on social medias using the hashtag EmergingThreatsHub. Until next time, stay vigilant.